before you get to the gym. You have to promise yourself that you are not going to go home a loser. And you will fight to the death to maintain your promise to yourself. I would rather die than acknowledge to myself that I'm that loser. I wasn't talented. I wasn't talented in bodybuilding. I didn't have any genetics, but I had this attitude that I can do it. There's nothing I can't do. I believe that. If I can squat, if I can do anything. The same thing in life is the same thing here. If you can do this, you can do anything. Anything. There is nothing that I won't do. There's nothing that I won't do to avoid being a loser. And if you think you could have done more, you're a loser. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. Harder! Come on! Come on, damn it! Show me! Show me! Squeeze it!
Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed that little arm edit. Normally I don't do a dedicated arm day, but I just decided to, go in, listen to some tunes, hit a fun little arm workout, so I did that. And I actually think that probably my biceps are probably my biggest weak point, biceps and calves, but I think I'm gonna start putting them at the front of my workouts. My upper days, for a while, on my lower days, like my lower body days, I was putting my bicep workout at the front of the workout, but I stopped doing that the past couple of weeks for some reason. But hitting a dedicated arm day and recording it made me realize, I really gotta, keep doing that so my biceps will grow. But if you have a weak point or something, putting it at the front of your workout when you have the most energy, when you got the most you're just ready to go, it's really the move. It might take away from other body parts, but if those body parts are good, like if you have super small triceps and it's your upper day, still I would recommend just really trying to PR on your tricep movements first, and then you can go to your chest. Your chest movements might suffer, but at least you're working on the weak points. You're not just gonna have super lagging muscle groups. So that's a good little trick you should use. And another thing I wanted to say is I feel like creators and stuff really try to overcomplicate things, or put a gate behind things, and I see that through scams and stuff. People are like, yeah, buy this, buy that, and that can be just a quick shortcut, get to the information you need, right? Buy whatever you need, throw money at it, and you'll probably get decent information. But I really think that most things are not that hard. I think that you guys can really figure out whatever you put your mind to. It's just, are you willing to put the extra literally 30 minutes into really like digging into stuff. And I don't know, I think through doing that you're gonna benefit even more because you're actually teaching yourself things. And this isn't just about fitness and working out, but I really believe that if you apply yourself to, you know, anything and really put in the time, that things really aren't as complicated as they seem. At least most things. Some things are pretty complicated, but once you know, start doing that with just basic stuff like working out or really just, you know, recording stuff, I don't know what else I could say, but this is just for my life, but you really start to figure things out. And also, if you need help with things, like, don't be afraid to ask your, you know, your buddy who's really jacked, and, you know, your friend who's good at this other thing. You know, it really helps to, you know, ask people who you know are good at what they do. And I feel like for so long I was just like, shut everybody out, right? I can do everything myself, la 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 la. But I think really once you begin to start talking with other people and, you know, seeing their ideas, they'll give you, you know, tips and stuff. It really begins to expand, you know, your mind with how you see things, and it can be a huge help, and it's frankly really motivating. And I think that, you know, as I'm getting older and just looking back to when I was younger, I really thought that so many things were just this daunting, like overwhelming task of, it's just like, oh, it's so complicated. Like, I need somebody to record my videos, or I need somebody to edit my videos, which me personally, I never did. I always like to, like I said, just do everything myself. But yeah, and by no means is my video recording and editing good, but I'm really trying to learn right now, and it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, back to what I was saying when I was younger is, you know, things seem really daunting, but once you realize, like, you start looking around and you see all these geezers with all this money, and you realize that, wow, like, they're not, you know, miles smarter than me. Yeah, they have more experience, they, you know, they're probably smarter than you, but you know, once you realize that they're just people too, you know, they were really young and didn't know shit too, you really begin to understand, like, wow, I'm very capable. And once you start, oh, sorry, my screen turned off. Once you start realizing that, I think you can really accomplish a lot. And you realize that there's so many people who aren't qualified, and, you know, at least, I don't want to say that. There's so many people who aren't really like that good at things, who are very successful, but they are willing to have the guts to actually take action and do things. And I think that that is the most important thing. Once you figure out, like, something you want to do or you want to get better at, just really take the time to, one, learn, and not just in one night, but learn a little bit, and then once you've learned it, go out, get the fuck out the door, and just start messing around and just start doing shit, and see what you like, see what you don't like. And I think that just, you know, once you start doing that, it can take you really far. Also, another thing that I think is really important is before I even really got into posting, like, yeah, I would make little YouTube videos with my friends at the gym just for fun. And I really realized that, you know, so many people would be saying to me, yeah, man, like, you should start posting on Instagram, and you should really start posting on YouTube. And, you know, you're like, yeah. But when there's a lot of people telling you something, you know, positive, and they see something in you that you might not see in yourself, because, you know, you're a little, like, maybe you don't look at yourself in, like, the best way. That's like the best way I can say it. But, you know, other people can see things in you that you might not recognize. And I think it's important to, when you have, you know, a number of people saying these things to you, is to really just maybe look into it a little bit. Maybe take a little bit of action and see, you know, ask yourself, do I want to do this, right? Am I doing this because I want to, or am I doing this because these other people are telling me that I should do it? And I think once you answer that question, it's either nah, I don't really want to do it, even though people are telling me to, don't do it. But if you are also interested in it, you know, use them as a little bit of confidence and do whatever you need to do. Get out there and do what you got to do. And this doesn't even have to be a passionate thing. This can be, you know, going to school for shit. You want to be a lawyer, you're really good at math, you know, just really basic shit. But the basic shit can turn into so much more. And yeah, that's kind of what I don't know. That's kind of what I say. You guys want to see what I'm eating? This is what we're working with. We are treating ourselves with not only, hang on, there we go. We're treating ourselves with not basic beef or ground beef and rice, but we got steak and rice. Yeah, we're living in luxury. So yeah, we got that and a little energy drink. I've been drinking way too many energy drinks, but I'm addicted. What can I say? And yeah, this is the video you guys are watching. So pretty cool stuff going on.